Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Tracy here. As you've seen from the title, today's video is going to talk about 9 things I don't like about India. So let's get right into the first one. Now, before we continue, before we move on, I just want to make it clear that this is my personal experience while staying in this town. This is not like what happens to every other person, every other black person that visits here, or every other woman, solo traveler that comes here. It's what happened to me specifically, and I don't want people to take my experiences as the reality, 100% reality of what happens to everyone who comes here. This is like something only that I experienced. I'm sure there are a lot of travelers who come here all the time and none of these things happen to them. So I just wanted to make that part clear so that people don't get me wrong. Before you come for me, I just want you to know that this is my personal experience, and also depending on this place that I visited. So on to the first thing. The first thing that really frustrates me about people here is that you'll be walking around or you'll be sitting somewhere and then someone just comes with a baby for you to carry them. So clearly this usually gets me every time because it annoys me. Not because I don't love children. I love children, but what annoys me about it is that a mom or an auntie or just a girl comes and gives you a baby. Clearly the baby doesn't want you. Like, the baby is crying, the baby wants to get away from you, but like the person who has brought the baby to you is just holding the baby on your body or on your chest or something like that. Clearly neither of us want to like be together at that point. The baby wants to run away to the mom, but still the auntie or the mom or the girl who has brought the baby does not want, like insists in fact on you to hold the baby. So it's frustrating because you're holding the baby is kicking you, doing all this stuff, the baby wants to run away, so it feels like it's a forced thing. I have no problem like carrying a baby if the baby wants to be carried by me, but if the baby doesn't want to be carried by me, I don't see why it should be forced. So every time someone comes to me like with a baby for me to carry them, I usually tell them no. Like, if the baby doesn't want to be carried by me, like, I tell them, please don't do that. I'm not going to carry your baby because clearly the baby does not want to be carried by me. So yeah, that's one thing, the first thing that really annoys me about here and about the people here. So I remember the first time I got here, I was on a motorbike, so I was heading to the hotel. I just got off the taxi, now I was getting to the hotel. And on the road, on the motorbike to the hotel, like along the way, some guy just shouted, "What the fuck, nigga?" And I was surprised. Like, I didn't think like India, is racist, because we have in India we have like all sorts of people. We have brown people, even black Indians here. So I was surprised, and this is not like, people always say that it's the old people who still holding on to old traditions and things like that. But no, this was not an old person. This, in fact, was just a young person, a young guy in his prime, I think in his 20s, and just shouted at me, like, looked at me straight and shouted like, "What the F, nigga?" And I was surprised. I was like shocked. And I was like, this happens here? Really? How does this happen here? There's black people in this country, so how does this happen here? So I was really surprised. And then another time, just going about my business, walking around, and someone just shouts, "Go back to your country." What? Someone literally just said that, and they say that they don't even hide, like they say that to your face, so you already know who said it. You can see them looking at you while they're saying it. And I'm just thinking, where does this kind of aggression comes from? I mean, I'm minding my own business, you're minding your own business. I'm not disturbing you in any way. You're not disturbing me in any way. I'm just doing my thing and you're doing your thing. But somehow my presence affects you that much. Somehow my presence makes you angry. Like, that for me is just disappointed me. More than annoyed me, disappointed me. So another thing that I really don't like is people touching my hair. I mean, I know I look different. I'm a foreigner, and there's bound to be people who are curious about how I look, how my hair looks. But like, if you want to know something about my hair, just talk to me, ask me. But don't just someone like a woman would just come straight to you and be like, oh, what is this? And then they're like holding and pulling, like, what? I don't know you, you don't know me. You can just, come straight to me and ask me, is it okay if I touch your hair? Be polite about it. I mean, I wouldn't say no all the time. I mean, I wouldn't say no all the time because, like, you can spend the whole day, letting people touch your hair, but still, I wouldn't mind letting you touch it, but just don't come straight at me like, oh, touching. I mean, it looks different from yours. I get that part, but just don't touch it without permission. Ask me, can I touch your hair? Can I touch your hair? I'll be alright with that. I'll tell you, yeah, sure. You can touch my hair. And then ask me questions about my hair. Is your hair real? Because everyone I've met so far asks me that. Is your hair real? Is all of this your real hair? And I told them about it, I don't mind that. But still, like, ask permission first. I'm not gonna say no always, but you don't just come here and just touch my hair without permission. Sometimes I hate to be rude, but someone just comes and touches my hair like this, like, knock the hand like that. So I have no problem letting you touch my hair. But ask me first. Ask me if I'm okay or comfortable with it before you just go right ahead and touch it. That is not very good. And sometimes I can be rude about it. I don't mean to, but I can be rude about it if just someone comes and just touches without permission. So for this next thing, I'm sure it doesn't only happen in India, but still, it just makes me uneasy every time someone does it. So there's this thing that people do with the throat and with the nose. Like someone just goes and does ha ha. I can explain it. I can explain it on the camera, and like I said, I'm sure it's not only in India, but maybe in other places as well. When someone does that, it makes me feel already nauseous. Even if I don't see the person, like I just hear it from afar, my I just feel nauseous already, and I just want to get away. I want to unhear, but I can't unhear it. So I've been hearing it a lot here in this country. So I don't know if it's like it's a normal thing. One time, like I was at my friend's place, we're just talking, and then someone comes. There's an outdoor sink, at the place at the rooftop. So someone just comes and does the thing with the nose and the throat, at the sink. Like we're sitting, the roof is maybe somewhere there, and then the sink is this side. You can see you're facing it, so you can see what's happening. And then someone does the thing with the nose and the throat, like, oh, I was feeling like, yeah, that's another thing that I really don't like. So this next thing, it happens like in almost all the places I've visited so far. I mean, corruption. Okay, so let me explain what I mean. I get that when you go to like a museum, foreigners have to pay like a certain price for things. That's normal. But like you go to a shop, they sell like normal products for everyone. But since you're not of the same race as the people that live there, you have to pay more than they do. So a product could cost as simple as just, let's say, 100 INR, that's Indian rupees. I hope I'm saying it correctly. So let's say it costs 100. But then at the shop, I go to the shop and someone says me that I am, not Indian. So immediately the price either triples or doubles. So I like this happens everywhere I visited. The last time I went to Uganda, like, okay, so in Uganda, obviously I'm black and Ugandans also are black. So you would think that these people won't know the difference, right? Wrong. That's very wrong. So first of all, I speak differently from the Ugandans. So they can already tell that I'm not originally from Uganda, I'm from Kenya. So once they're able to tell the difference, it's over for you. So if something costs, let's say, 300 UGX, be ready to have 1000 if you don't know how to bargain, because someone's going to triple, double the price just because you're not originally from that country. I just wish this thing doesn't happen like anywhere in the world, but that's the reality that we live in right now. So on to the next thing, sorry. What's up with staring? I mean, I understand the first time you see a person, a foreigner, for the first time, you'll stare maybe for a couple of minutes and that's it. But this place that I've been living in, every time I go out of the house, like 5 people already standing at their doors looking at me like, is there something wrong with me? Because I would understand the first time that they stare, they're seeing maybe a person of my nature for the first time, but the second time, the third time, the fourth time, still the same people, still staring. Like, what's up with that? Like, I want to understand. So the next thing that I wanted to talk about is driving, traffic. Good thing for this place that I'm staying at. It's a small town, so there's not a lot of traffic. But the thing that gives me anxiety is driving. Like, drivers in this town are a bit crazy. And here's why. Let me explain. Like, so I'm driving on this lane, right? I'm going forward. Someone else coming from the other direction, like they have their own lane right there, but they're coming right toward you. Like, if you have a bike and you're going on the bike, you should be very careful, because it's like everyone has their own rules when it comes to driving here, and it doesn't matter if it's a car or if it's a bike. Like, you just be careful, because everyone just drives however they like. There's no specific way. I don't think even they follow the rules. Most of them follow the rules, because there's a different even way that people drive here. Okay, so the next thing that really disappointed me about the place is the environment. Like, why don't you you'll find other places very neat, very good looking, like very well taken care of, but other places, they've been neglected. The environment has been neglected. Like, every trash everywhere, things have just been thrown randomly. Like, come on, it doesn't take that much to just collect your trash and throw them in the bin, or burn it, or however way you used to get rid of trash. Like, the environment is very important. It's a responsibility to take care of it, and it really, really doesn't take that much to look after it. Just the little decisions that we make along the way every day, small decisions, they accumulate to become big things in the future. So if you can dispose of your trash correctly every day, that ensures that you live in a better environment. But if you do the opposite, also it means that you get a result in going hand in hand with what you're doing. So if you're going to be throwing trash everywhere, it means that in a matter of months or years, the environment is not going to be looking very good. So I wish that could be something that they could work on a bit better, because this is a beautiful place. So next on the list is the chaos. So if you're visiting here and you're looking for peace and quiet, I would advise that you visit the mountain cities. They're very calm, small towns. You get to meet the locals and talk, and just get to know each other and spend your time there quietly. But if you visit the big cities or the most touristic destinations, my friend, it is very chaotic and very overwhelming. And I'm talking experience because I've lived in Nairobi. Nairobi is a very big metropolitan city, so I know how it's like. I know the hustle and bustle. But also when you come here, you better be prepared. You better be prepared because everyone's in a rush to get to wherever they're going. Everyone is just, doing their own thing. So it can be a bit overwhelming for someone who's looking for a slow-paced life. So make sure you do your research. Do your research first. So if you're looking for peace and quiet, calm, I would advise that you go to the mountains. But if you're used to the hustle and bustle, and the big cities and the touristic destinations, definitely they're for you. So lastly, I'm just gonna ask a question, like, is everyone loud here? Does everyone speak like so loudly, or is it just where I am? Because no one can talk to another in a very, small tone or a low voice. Even if it's just two friends talking to each other, they have to shout. Like, is it just where I am, or is it like this everywhere? Like, everyone just so loud. Like, I'm right next to you, I can hear what you're saying. You don't need to shout. Like, just tell me as it is. I am listening. I just want to know, like, just let me know in the comment section down below. Is it just where this town that I'm in, or is it everywhere in the country? So if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching the video from the beginning to the end. And I hope I did not offend anyone by making this video. Definitely these things don't apply only in where I am. It could be different places. Let me know in the comments what you think. Also, this isn't to say that I've had only a terrible experience here. That is not true. But I've had the most absolute amazing time while here. So if you follow me, the next video is going to talk about 9 things that I absolutely loved about staying here. So I hope you can stay and watch and give this video a thumbs up. And I would love your recommendations in the comment section, or if you would like to see something special or specific about where I am, I would be glad to show you. So goodbye, see you in the next video.